Again, we're here with Robert Easley from the Mother Lode VW Club. We wanted to ask you, Bob, how long has your group been in an organization? How long have you been around?
Since 2000. We're 8 years old this year.
And you hold most of your meetings here in Angels Camp?
Yeah, usually in
Murphy's,
Angels Camp. Depends on, sometimes we have an event instead of a meeting. Otherwise, we have a meeting on the third Thursday of every month.
And how many members do you have in your group this time?
It varies. Right now, it's probably around 20. Some are usually between 15 and 30 people.
And are all 30 of them pretty active, or do you have?
Yeah, most of them are pretty active. Show up for all the meetings and all the events.
Good.
Especially the wine tours.
Oh, wine tours are very important.
Absolutely.
You know the good things in life.
That's right. This is wine country.
How many activities a year do you have?
Usually we have two shows, this one and then our big show in Angels Camp in July. And then we'll have an activity every other month or so where we take a tour somewhere or just a drive.
We're here with Jim and Sherry and Jack. They're standing beside their 1959 Volkswagen. They're in the process of restoring, or they have restored. What we'd like to ask you is how many years have you been working on this particular Volkswagen?
About 6 months.
You just purchased it then, or
Yeah.
you've had it for a while? Or?
Purchased it for my wife's birthday.
Ah, birthday present.
Yeah.
Are you a Volkswagen nut too?
I am.
Are you? Good.
Yes.
And so it's an ongoing project right now then. It's definitely
Yeah,
not
we just dug it out from under the snow and we'll start working on it this spring.
Now, Jack, do you and your brother help your dad work on them? Do you enjoy working on them?
Yeah.
You like greasy hands and dirty fingernails? And good.
Yeah.
How many hours a week do you think or a month do you think that you put in working with your dad on it?
4 or something. 4.
Do you feel like it brings you and your dad closer together?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Jim, what year is your Carnegie?
No, 66,
And you bought it in when?
1975.
So it was just a few years old?
Yeah,
when
it
you
was,
first-
9 years old when I bought it.
Now, was it in fairly good shape when you bought it?
It
or-
was in pretty good shape. I used it for an everyday driver for years.
So how much money do you figure you have invested in this Carnegie?
Oh, I don't know.
From the original purchase up through it to the restoration? You
Probably
plan on-
about 12,000.
And what would one sell for brand new? And when it was brand new?
When they were brand new, I bought a 1963 and I paid $2,700 for it.
So you paid about six. You got about 6 times what you paid for one invested in.
Yeah.
You've got it in immaculate shape. Have you won any shows or anything?
I got three awards, 3 first place awards with it. One last year, 2 last year, and 1 the year before last.
Now you have children, so that means you're either married or were married at one time.
I am married. I've been married for 49 years.
And does your wife kind of consider your Carnegie your mistress? And
Well, kind of. She's got 1 or 2. She's got a 74 thing, and I restored it last year, and she took the first place with it also.
I'm Robert, and this is Jody.
and you're with which group?
The Volkswagen Car Club out of Manteca.
We got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. And is this your only VW?
Yes, this is our only Volkswagen at the time.
Right now,
Yep.
I take it you've owned many in the past. Then?
yes.
This would be my 7th.
Seven.
Yep.
That's right. Questions that we'd like to ask is how much do you have in restoring it, or you had to restore it at all? Is it? did you
Oh
buy
yeah.
it?
There was no engine when we bought it. It was covered in graffiti writing.
So
There was no tent.
You've
We've
done a
replaced
lot
the
of
car.
restoration.
Yeah,
we've
we have a
done
lot
motor
more to go.
restorations.
Now I've got a question for you, Robert. Does your
Okay.
wife consider this your mistress, or is this her? Or is this her mister?
This is my car.
This is her car, and I'm allowed to work on it and keep it running for her,
I see.
which I'm proud to do.
Smart lady. And how many years have you owned it?
Oh, this is what?
Maybe 5.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
And do you have a small fortune invested in
course.
restoring it?
Of course.
Do you find that the parts are easy to find for it, or
Yeah.
fairly common?
Still pretty decently available. Yep.
And you stated earlier it's an ongoing project. Is that a case with many of these Volkswagens, especially the pop-ups? They're in constant need of tender loving care?
Oh yes, if you're going to be a Volkswagen owner, you can't be bashful. You're going to end up turning some wrenches and doing some repair work at some point or another, or it will cost you an arm and a leg.
Hi, we're here doing an interview with the owner of a Carmagia. And can you tell us what your name is?
My name's Sean Lang.
And you own this beautiful Carmagia right here behind us. How many hours do you feel like you put into this thing, getting it restored in the shape it's in?
Probably about at least 200-300 hours and about $20,000 in the last year to get it in the condition that it's in now.
So is this your only Volkswagen, or
This is my only Carmagia I have at this time.
And how long have you owned it, you say?
This one I've had about a year.
Now, Sean, as we walked up, you had your sound system on. What kind of sound system do you have in your car?
Well, I have Rockford Fosgate amps and speakers and a Kenwood deck and I don't know what else to say. Basically, that's.
Do you mind if we have you turn it
Sure,
on and
sure.
listen to it so we We're here with Kathy Lang, and Kathy, what type of vehicle do you own here?
I have a 1967 912 Porsche.
Now, is a Porsche a cousin to the Volkswagens?
Well, the Volkswagens are cousin to Porsche.
Porsche was first, huh?
Right. They were all developed and engineered by the same guy. So
Now, how long have you owned your Porsche?
this car I've owned about 10 months now. It's my restoration project, but it's also a daily driver.
Now, how long do you anticipate that it will take you to get it restored to your satisfaction?
Probably 3 to 4 years.
And a small fortune,
Probably.
but it's a labor of love.
Yes.
We're here with Jennifer Gerlitz, and she's I believe you're the president of the Volkswagen Club here. How many Volkswagens do you currently own?
I'm on
right
four,
now,
but I have a one
3.
next to it.
Wait.
I'm 4
Yes,
to
3.
1.
And which is your favorite right now?
It would be my Jetta GLI that I just bought.
I am. There's just a one next to
And
mine.
what are your other Volkswagens?
I know.
6 bug and a 64 bus. The bus is almost completely restored, and the bug just really needs some paint, and it needs a headliner.
Now-
And that's it, but the rest of it is done.
And do you do the work on these with your husband, or do you do
No,
it all by yourself?
my boyfriend does most of the work.
Excuse me.
It's okay. Bless his heart, but yeah, he does a lot of it.
Do you pitch in with him and turn a few wrenches? And
Oh yeah, I
do
do
some
yeah.
sanding?
Not as
and-
much as he does, but yeah, he usually does the majority of the work.
Now, just the two of you work on them, or do you have friends come over and help? or-
No, it's just
two of you?
us.
And now, with the group here, you've been president how many years?
Since we were founded.
So you've been about 7 or 8 years you've been the president? Are you president in perpetuity, or?
I hope not. I mean, some people tell me if you ever quit, we're leaving, but they are just joking. No, I just keep getting reelected.